traders, welcome back to my channel. First of all, thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers. That's awesome. I know a lot of you probably come from my Instagram, but if you don't follow me there, I'm Forex Tips 101 over on Instagram, so definitely go follow me there. So I wanted to lead with that. This week we're going to, oh, by the way, subscribe if you haven't already. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please do me a big favor and subscribe now. This week I'm going to look at, or today I'm going to look at our weekly setups. I was doing that the last couple weeks. I think I missed last week. You guys really liked these type of videos, so I am going to go back to trying to get them out on Sunday or Monday. I'm not sticking to a set schedule these days. I just launched a whole new program, and you guys, it's a lot of work. I don't get a whole lot of time to film, although I do love it, but I'm going to try to get back on a schedule soon. For now, just expect probably 2 to 3 uploads a week. Okay. Could be on scattered days though. Today, like I said, we're going to look at some setups. I'm probably going to do 2 because I tend to talk a lot through them and they're good teaching opportunity. I will eventually get a video up on my program, but I want to kind of wait for just a few little kinks to be ironed out in terms of the webpage. So I'm just waiting for that. And then I'll go ahead and share it here on YouTube as well. And we'll go through all the rules and stuff, because I know a bunch of you are asking. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about my funding program. So if you want a chance to trade with a higher capital, I'll just leave the link in the bio. Sorry guys, I'm talking way too much today. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We're looking at US30. So you guys tend to really like when I do videos on US30, but lately, to be honest, there just haven't been many opportunities because we did see this huge surge up. So if you got in here or even here on this breakout, it was a really nice opportunity. I know some people did. I did miss it. It didn't fit my plan that week. And then of course we really didn't get much of a pullback. Price consolidated for quite a while and then shot right up again. So I was waiting for a decent pullback to enter. This recent pullback that we're seeing here is likely, it's just due to fundamentals. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on. There was some big news release. There's the whole coronavirus outbreak that tends to scare investors. The stocks drop, obviously, then the Dow Jones is going to drop as well. So you guys know I don't focus much on fundamentals, but I'm just kind of relaying why this would happen, okay? Some of you are probably interested in that. What I am waiting for now, obviously with this momentum, you guys, we need to be really careful when we're entering any buys here, even though our overall trend is obviously still bullish. And it does tend to be with the Dow Jones index as well, or in general, sorry. But we do need to be really careful when we have this kind of momentum trying to get into any kind of buy, right? So we want multiple confirmations. However, I would be looking to buy here. I'm not looking for sells yet unless price were to come down and break this area here, like this whole area, which is going to just be a mess if I draw it in. I need to go to the daily time frame to show you that. For now, what I want to show you though, because I'm not even looking at sells, I'm not going to even go over that because I'm not in an area where that's something I'm looking at. Structure has not been broken. If we were to draw a trend line, we're still bullish, okay? I want to wait for another breakout opportunity. That's how I prefer to to trade this pair, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in a pretty large zone. We tend to get larger zones with US30 in general because of the big movements we see. And I'm going to leave this here. Now we can see we did have a bit of rejection down here, and we do have a lower zone. So let's draw that in too, just so we can have a look. Let me try to find a really good candle and do this the right way instead of quickly drawing it in. I'm going to do this one. All right, and it becomes harder to draw our zones and levels when we get up into these kind of prices on US30, and the reason being we haven't seen these prices before, so we can't really go back and compare these levels to other ones, so it gets a little bit tricky, okay? So you really just need to pay attention to what price is doing recently, and that's all you can go off of, okay? So here, and actually I would move this down a little bit, even though that candle led me to that zone. What I'm waiting for now, so we did get a clear rejection here, right? Now you'll notice I don't draw fibs in for US30, guys, and it's because it really doesn't respect fibs all that well. That's what I have personally found. Now some people will argue me black and blue on that. Seriously, if you like using fibs with it, just use it. You don't need to argue me on it. It's totally fine. Just personally, it doesn't work well for me, okay? And now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you where I'm waiting for the break. I want to break out of this level. And the reason being, we've seen price bouncing between these two zones, okay? Price has been bouncing between those two. Besides, we did have a little bit of slippage here. We're not going to mind that. It's probably news. Meaning this level here will give me a stronger indication, especially because this momentum has been so strong that price is changing direction and it's going to go back up. So I need a nice breakout candle. And I'm not going to bother trying to draw that, you guys, because I'm not on my iPad. It's going to look really funny. And what I'm looking for really is a nice strong candle. Now you want to find it on the 15, the 4 hour. If you look on the 4 hour, you're really not going to get a really great opportunity. So you really want one like this one that we had here. So a nice long bodied bullish candle. Okay. Something like that. Or even this guy here. Okay. Even though we did get a big retracement after, but those are the candles I want to see. And once we get a break above, and I need that candle to break above and close like this guy did here, okay, then I will enter a buy. Until that point, we can't be sure that price isn't gonna, hightail it downward, especially because there is big news tomorrow. So be careful with that. Now that could send price flying up, or we might see a tank. So be wary of that, but that's what I'm waiting for. If I get a breakout, I enter on the breakout, and we'll try to draw this in. I do try to enter. So when price comes up here and we get that breakout candle and it closes above, I enter at the next 15-minute candle, assuming it's still bullish. If I see it automatically, turn around and go down, obviously I'm not going to enter that, right? That's not giving me a good indication that we're really moving up. And it looks like even right now, price is heading, it's making its way back toward that lower zone. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But if I do get that, I'll enter on the second 15-minute candle as long as it starts bullish, okay? So that's how I'll enter that trade. Hopefully this plays out for us, but we really don't know when it comes to this, to US30 or any pair in general, but US30 can be a little bit funny with levels. And it's because, guys, it's so impacted by news. So like even things that might seem a little more minor, if it's relating to the US dollar, are going to cause it to fluctuate. That being said, there are some really amazing breakout opportunities on it. So we'll see. The other pair I wanted to go over with you is gold, because we're finally getting an opportunity on gold. Or I should say we are finally seeing possibility. I wasn't trading it for a while because of this business. Like it was just ranging, and I hate trading ranging markets. Some of you like it, just not for me. So I'm going to show you what I'm waiting for, okay? So I am waiting for price to retrace because we've had a really nice movement up, and now we can see prices starting to kind of consolidate a little bit. It's slowed down in its movement, okay? So we're very likely soon going to see a retracement. Now, again, with news tomorrow, it might happen later, but I'm just going to show you what I'm looking for. So I'm going to draw my fib in, and let me show you something about how I draw my fib in, okay? Because people ask me about this. I am not including, I'm going to start there. I am not including this wick here. So this really strong doji, let me try to draw it in. So you can see this guy, I'm not including that. And I'm not including this one. And the reason being, they're likely news candles, okay? They're really long-bodied candles. If I check and go back, it's likely news. And I'm not interested into incorporating that news movement into my analysis, because oftentimes we'll get a lot of slippage with news, right? So price will move out of its normal zone, out of its normal pattern. And I'm not interested in abnormal patterns. I want to know the areas price normally respects and cooperates with. So that's how I would draw my zone there, okay? And if you're a student of mine, you probably already know that. Or even if you've been here on my YouTube for a while. Next thing I'm waiting to happen is for price to retrace, like I already mentioned. So I want to see it come down to this 50 to 61.8 area. That's, again, it's just what works for me. And if you look over, guys, so if we draw, like box in between that 50 and 61.8 level, by the way, tell me in the comments if you can't see things. I'm trying to remember to zoom in more for you. So I'm going to create a box here. I'm not going to extend it like I normally do from actually, yeah, no, I'm not going to because we can see it right here. So if you extend that, now you can extend it all the way like I did before, but we can see right away that 2 times within this small little window we're looking at, price did respect this level. So it's a good level for us to use. If I plotted this fib level, y'all, and price never came near it, never respected it, or very seldom respected it, it's not a level I'll use in general. Okay. Sometimes fibs do lie. Or they just don't line up. So we really want to be using levels that price has respected. Okay. That's what's going to make it effective. So I'm going to wait for price to come down to that level and show rejection. And a rejection candle looking like this one or like this one, like just a long bodied candle. Okay. And that's usually, I like it to happen on the 4 hour. And then we're going to wait for confirmation. And again, I know I've been over this a few times, but I do want to run through it with you because people always ask me, well, what's your confirmation? And usually, guys, I rely on price. So I'll go down to the 15-minute chart or the 5-minute, depending. And I'm looking for exactly what's happening now. So I'm looking for a candle like this one, a long-bodied candle on the 15. Or I'd look for, and this is a perfect example, 3 candles like these 3 or even these 3 here on the 5-minute chart. So 3 bullish candles on the 5-minute chart that look like this. Okay. We want to be making, they want to be, you don't want them to be doji candles or anything like that. I actually have a whole post on this pattern. A lot of people call it the 3 white soldiers. I don't care what you call it. I just want 3 bullish candles or a long bodied 15. Okay. That's what I go for. Back to the 4-hour chart. Right now we can see, this movement up is not really intimidating me or making me question the trade. It's just, the time of day we are going to see some fluctuation. However, what I did want to mention is we do have major news tomorrow, and what could happen, you guys know that news can cause things to, it can really disrupt our analysis is what I'm aiming to say there. Let me zoom out. It is possible, you guys, that we could see price rally on upward and we would need to replot our fib, meaning if, price were to come up to here where I'm circling with my mouse right now, you're going to need to drag this fib up because that, this move would not have been finished then because we have not gotten a pullback yet. This is not I would not consider this a decent pullback. Okay. This is just, like I said, price just consolidating and we're just not trending. Nothing's really happening right now. So that's what I'm looking for on gold. So this should give you 2 decent setups if that plays out. Nothing I say, should ever be taken as financial advice. And you guys know that. Or even like signals. Like I'm not giving you guys signals. I'm giving you guys my analysis so you can use it to learn. And hopefully, obviously, this works out and we all make some money from it. So that is all I have for you. I am going to try to get this up shortly, and let me know if you want to keep seeing videos like this. Yeah, that's all I have for you. So I'll see you guys hopefully Wednesday.